Next Chapter Podcasts.
Join Play On Premium to get merch like t-shirts, hoodies, and coffee mugs, ad-free episodes, and bonus content video featuring interviews with the actors, producers, playwrights, and directors who brought it all to life. Go to ncpodcasts.com and subscribe to Play On Premium to support the art and the artists.
Next Chapter Podcasts presents the Play On podcast series, Love's Labor's Lost. Episode 7, A Kissing Traitor. For the best listening experience, be sure to use headphones or earbuds. And remember, vows are but breath.
Welcome back to the second act of Howard University's Nine Worthies. If you're the one unwrapping those noisy candies, please make sure to throw the wrappers in the trash cans when you leave.
Judas I am.
A Judas!
Not Iscariot, sir. Judas I am, and dubbed Maccabeus.
Judas Maccabeus clipped is plain Judas!
A kissing traitor. How art thou proved, Judas?
Judas I am.
The more shame for you, Judas.
What mean you, sir?
To make Judas hang himself?
Begin, sir. You are my elder.
Well followed. Judas was hanged on an elder.
I will not be put out of character.
Because you have no face.
What is this?
A maidenhead.
The head of a hairpin.
A death's face in a frame.
The face of an old Roman coin scarce seen.
The handle of Caesar's dagger.
The carved bone face on a flask.
St. George's half-cheek in a brooch.
Aye, and in a brooch of lead.
Aye, and worn in the cap of a doctor. Remember, you will die. And now forward, for we have put you in character.
You have put me out of character.
False. We have given you faces.
But you have outfaced them all.
If you were a liar, we would do so.
Therefore, as she is an ass, let her go. So do you, sweet Jude.
Oh.
Nay, why do you stay?
For the latter end of her name.
For the ass to the Jude. Give it her. Jude ass. Away.
This is not generous, not gentle, not humble.
A light for Monsieur Judas. It grows dark. She may stumble.
Oh.
Alas, poor Maccabeus, how she has been baited.
Hide your head, Achilles. Here comes Hector in arms.
Though my mocks come home by me, I will now be merry.
Well, Hector was but a Trojan in respect of this.
But is this Hector?
A formidable
I think
Mars!
Hector was not so well built.
His leg is too big for Hector's.
More calf certain.
No, he is best endowed in the small.
The formidable Mars!
This cannot be Hector.
He is a god or a painter, for he makes faces.
The formidable Mars of Lances, the Almighty, gave Hector a gift.
A flower.
A field.
A garden.
No, a bush.
Peace! The formidable Mars of Lances, the Almighty,
There's a...
gave Hector a gift. Heir of ill-fated Troy. A man so breathed that certain he would fight. Yea, from morn till night, out of his pavilion, I am that flower.
That pine.
That dandelion. Sweet Lord Longaville, rein in your tongue. I must rather give it the rein, for it runs against Hector.
Aye, and Hector's a greyhound.
The sweet warman is dead and rotten. Sweet birds, beat not the bones of the buried. When we breathed, he was a man. But I will forward with my speech. Sweet royalty, bestow on me the sense of hearing.
Speak, brave Hector. We are much delighted.
I do adore your sweet grace's sleeper.
Who loves her by the foot?
He may not by the yard.
These, Hector, far surmounted Hannibal. The party is gone.
Fellow Hector, she is gone. She is 2 months on her way.
What do you mean?
Faith! Unless you play the honest Trojan, the poor wench is cast away. She's quick. The child brags in her belly already. It's yours!
Do you defy me among the court? You shall die!
Then shall Hector be whipped for JAQUENETTA that is quick by him, and hanged for Pompey that is dead by him. Most rare Pompey!
Pompey! Greater than great Pompey! Pompey the huge!
Hector trembles.
Oh, Pompey is moved. More strife! Stir them on!
Hector will challenge him.
Yes, if he have no more man's blood in his belly, then will sup a flea.
By the North Pole, I do challenge you!
I will not fight with a stick like a northern man. I'll slash. I'll do it by the sword. I pray you, let me borrow my arms again.
Room for the incense worthies.
I'll do it in my shirt.
Oh, most resolute Pompey.
Master, let me take you a buttonhole lower. Do you not see? Pompey is uncasing for the combat. Well, what mean you? You will lose your reputation.
Gentlemen and soldiers, pardon me. I will not combat in my shirt.
You may not deny it. Pompey has made the challenge.
Sweet blood, I both may and will.
What reason have you for it?
The naked truth of it is, I have no shirt. I go woolward for penance.
True. And it was enjoined him in Rome for want of linen, since when, I'll be sworn, he wore none but a dishcloth of JAQUENETTA's, and that he wears next to his heart for a favor.
Hi, this is Sally Kate Holmes, Managing Director of Next Chapter Podcasts, here to tell you about a pretty cool new offering from our friends at Apollo Podcasts. You can now find the Play On podcasts on Apollo Plus, a creator-owned platform where every subscriber helps audio fiction creators such as us. You can listen ad-free, early access to exclusives, behind-the-scenes supercuts, and more on Apollo Plus. On top of all that, 70% of the revenue on Apollo Plus goes directly to creators. Join Apollo Plus through the Apollo Podcasts app or by going to apollopods.com.
God save you, madame.
Welcome, Marcade, but that you interrupt our merriment.
I am sorry, madame, for the news I bring is heavy in my tongue. The king, your father...
Dead. For my life?
Even so, my tale is told.
Worthies away. The scene begins to cloud.
For mine own part, I breathe free breath. I have seen the day of wrong through the little hole of discretion, and I will right myself like a soldier.
How now, your majesty?
Boyette, prepare. I will away tonight.
My lady...
Madam, not so. I do beg of you, stay.
Prepare, I say.
Yes, my lady.
I thank you, gracious lords, for all your fair endeavors, and entreat, out of a new sad soul, that you permit, in your rich wisdom, to excuse or hide the merry sport of our contentious quips, if overboldly we have borne ourselves in the converse of breath. Your gentleness was guilty of it. Farewell, worthy lord. A heavy heart bears not a nimble tongue. Excuse me so, coming too short of thanks for my great suit so easily obtained.
In times like these, good time himself does lift the mist of human strife, so man can see, and often, at the very end, decides that which long process could not arbitrate. And though the royal daughter's mourning brow denies the smiling courtesy of love his chance to wed her with a holy vow, yet, since love's argument has long been here, let not the cloud of sorrow shadow it. To dutifully bewail a friend who's lost is not by much so wholesome profitable as to rejoice at friends but newly found.
I understand you not. My griefs are double.
Honest, plain words best pierce the ear of grief, and by these fair words understand the king. For your fair sakes have we neglected time, played foul play with our oaths. Your beauty, ladies, has much deformed us, fashioning our passions even to the opposed end of our intents. And what in us has seemed ridiculous As love is full of unbefitting strains, all wanton as a child, skipping and vain, formed by the eye, and therefore like the eye, full of strange shapes, of habits and of forms, varying in subjects as the eye it rolls to every varied object in his glance. If multicolored apparels of love, put on by us, do in your heavenly eyes misdirect our good oaths and gravities, those heavenly eyes that look into these faults suggest it that we make. Therefore, ladies, our love being yours, the error that love makes is likewise yours. We to ourselves prove false by being once false, forever to be true to those that make us both. Fair ladies, you.
We have received your letters full of love, your favors, the ambassadors of love, and in our maiden council rated them at courtship, pleasant jest and courtesy, as stuffing and as lining to the time. But more devout than this in our respects have we not been, and therefore met your loves in their own fashion, like a merriment.
Our letters, madam, showed much more than jest.
So did our looks.
We did not quote them so.
Now, at the latest minute of the hour, grant us your loves.
A time, methinks, too short to make an everlasting promise in. No, my lord, your grace is perjured much, full of dear guiltiness, and therefore this. If, for my love, though there is no such cause, you will do aught, this shall you do for me. Your oath I will not trust, but go with speed to some forlorn and naked hermitage, remote from all the pleasures of the world. There stay, until the 12 celestial signs have took their annual ring around the sun. If this austere, insociable life change not your offer made in heat of blood, if frosts and fasts, hard lodging, and thin weeds nip not the gaudy blossoms of your love, but that it bear this trial and last love, then at the expiration of the year, come challenge me. Challenge me by these words, and by this virgin palm now kissing yours. I will be yours. I, till that instance, shut my woeful self up in a mourning house, raining the tears of lamentation for the remembrance of my father's death. If this you do deny, let our hands part, neither entitled to the other's heart.
If this, or more than this, I would deny, to flatter up these powers of mine with rest, the sudden hand of death close up mine eye. Hence, hermit then, my heart is in your breast.
But what to me, my love? But what to me? A wife?
A beard, fair health, and honesty. With threefold love I wish you all these three.
Oh, shall I say, I thank you, gentle wife?
Not so, my lord. A 12-month and a day. I'll mark no words that smooth-faced wooers say. Come when the king does to my lady come. Then, if I have much love, I'll give you some.
I'll serve you true and faithfully till then.
Yet swear not, lest you be forsworn again.
What says Maria?
Ooh, at the 12th month's end, I'll change my black gown for a faithful friend. Ha ha!
I'll stay in patience, but the time is long.
Oh, just like you. Few taller are so young.
Studies, my lady? Mistress, look on me. Behold the window of my heart, mine eye, what humble suit attends thy answer there. Impose some service on me for your love.
Oft have I heard of you, my lord Barone, before I saw you, and the world's large tongue proclaims you for a man supplied with mocks, full of comparisons and wounding jests, which you on all estates will execute that lie within the mercy of your wit. To weed this sickness from your fruitful brain, and therewithin to win me, if you please, without the which I am not to be won. You shall this 12-month term from day to day visit the speechless sick and still converse with groaning wretches. And your task shall be with all the fierce endeavor of your wit to turn the convalescent pains to smiles.
To move wild laughter in the throat of death? It cannot be. It is impossible. Mirth cannot move a soul in agony.
Why, that's the way to choke a mocking spirit, whose influence is begot of that loose grace which shallow laughing hearers give to fools. A jest's prosperity lies in the ear of him that hears it, never in the tongue of him that makes it. Then, if sickly ears, deafed with the clamors of their own dear groans, will hear your idle scorns, continue then, and I will have you end that fault withal. But if they will not, throw away that spirit, and I shall find you empty of that fault, right joyful of your reformation.
A 12-month? Well, befall what will befall, I'll just a 12-month in a hospital.
Aye, sweet my lord, and so I take my leave.
No, madam, we will bring you on your way.
Our wooing doth not end like an old play. Jack hath not Jill. These ladies' courtesy might well have made our sport a comedy.
Come, sir, it wants a 12-month and a day, and then 'twill end.
That's too long for a play.
Sweet Majesty, allow me to...
Was not that Hector?
The worthy knight of Troy.
I will kiss your royal finger and take leave. I am a votary. I have vowed to JAQUENETTA to hold the plow for her sweet love 3 years.
Oh.
But, most esteemed greatness, will you hear the dialogue that the two learned men have compiled in praise of the owl and the cuckoo? It should have followed in the end of our show.
Oh, call them forth quickly. We will do so.
Hola! Approach! This side is Eames, winter. This side, Ver, the spring. The one maintained by the owl, the other by the cuckoo. Please, begin.
Many a glorious morning I have seen, the mountain tops with sovereign eye, kissing the meadows green, as pale streams go rolling by. But the basest clouds do ride with ugly rack upon its face, and from the world its visage hides the unseen and its disgrace. My sun one early morning did shine with its splendor on my brow, but out unlike 1 hour of mine, the clouds mask him from me now. Yet for him my love sustaineth, its bright light lasts over time. But the suns of the world may stain where heaven's sun don't shine. Yes, the sons of the world may stain where heaven's sun don't shine.
Princess, it's time.
The words of rhetoric are harsh after the songs of Apollo.
You that way.
We this way.
Boyette, let's go.
I have your bags here.
Farewell, my lord. I'm sorry to leave this way.
Goodbye.
I hope that we see you in.
Farewell,
We need to go.
Your Majesty.
Boyette, now please.
My lady, please, this way.
Ladies.
Bye.
All right, ladies, watch your head.
Don't forget me.
I can't do this. I've got to do this in 12 months.
See you next year, my queen.
12 months.
The Play on Podcast series, Love's Labour's Lost, was written by William Shakespeare and translated into modern English verse by Josh Wilder. Each episode was directed by Nelson T. Eusebio the Third. The cast is as follows: Russell G. Jones as the King of Navarre and the Forester, Matthew Elijah Webb as BEROWNE, Ashley Bryant as the Princess and JAQUENETTA, Tiffany Rochelle Stewart as Rosaline, Tanya Pinkins as Maria, Holofernes, and Himes, Sean Randall as Costard and Dumaine, Brandon Jones as Don Adriano de Armato and Longaville, Walter Coppage as Moth, Boyette, Dull, and Marcade, Sarita Covington as Lady Nathaniel and Catherine. Casting by the Telsey Office, Karen Castle, CSA, and Ada Karamanian. Voice and text coach, Julie Foe. Episode scripts were adapted and produced by Catherine Eaton. Original music and sound design by Lindsay Jones. Sound engineering by Sadaharu Yagi. Mix engineer and dialogue editor, Larry Walsh. Podcast mastering by Greg Cortez at New Monkey Studio. Coordinating producer, Transcend Streaming, Kira Bowie and Liana Keys. Executive producer, Michael Goodfriend. The managing director of business operations and partnerships at Next Chapter Podcasts is Sally Cade Holmes. The Play on Podcast series, Love's Labour's Lost, is produced by Next Chapter Podcasts and is made possible by the generous support of the Hits Foundation. Visit ncpodcasts.com for more about the Play on Podcast series. Visit playonshakespeare.org for more about Play on Shakespeare. Subscribe to Play on Premium on Apollo Plus for ad-free episodes and join our Patreon for exclusive merchandise and early commercial-free releases. Go to playonpodcasts.com for our bonus content, where you'll find interviews with the artists, producers, and engineers who brought it all to life. And remember, vows are but breath.
Join Play on Premium to get merch like t-shirts, hoodies, and coffee mugs, ad-free episodes, and bonus content video featuring interviews with the actors, producers, playwrights, and directors who brought it all to life. Go to ncpodcasts.com and subscribe to Play on Premium to support the art and the artists.
Next Chapter Podcasts.